Okay, so we all know that the Monaco Grand Prix can get a little bit samey. There's a very tight grid, it's a very tight circuit, and there's not a lot of opportunity to overtake. So, very often you find that someone will get into the lead and stay into the lead if nothing else happens to them. And we've seen a couple of the teams at the Monaco Grand Prix doing 77 laps on one set of tyres. And so while that is great for Pirelli because it means that their tyre degradation is good, and it shows that they are hard wearing, is it so good for the fans? And even is it so good for the drivers? Because at one point, Max Verstappen said, F me, this is really boring. This is what he said over his team radio. Should have bought my pillow. He reiterated his boredom to his race engineer after the race before telling the media it was quite boring out there. We are all driving literally half throttle on the straights in a higher gear than you would normally do, 4 seconds off the pace. That's not really racing. He believes that Formula One needs to make changes to make it more exciting. Overall, the weekend is really cool, but it's the Sunday race that is a little bit boring, he said. The scenery is still great, but if you could find a way to race better, then that would be my preferred solution. And if they ask for my opinion, I would say I would try to see what is possible. Now, Lewis Hamilton has also said that he thinks they should introduce mandatory pit stops. He did say two, and at one point he actually said three mandatory pit stops to try and shake things up a bit, to try and move the grid around. And it's a very difficult situation. Obviously, it's a very traditional track. It's a very classic track. But of course, it does have problems in terms of um, you know passing and stuff like that. Lewis Hamilton said everyone drove so slowly. It didn't matter what tyre you were on, you were driving seconds off the pace. I don't know what it was like watching, but I'm sure people were falling asleep. I can only imagine we have to find ways of spicing it up a bit more, maybe three mandatory stops. And that's what Lewis Hamilton said. So that's a couple of those drivers saying that the race was a really bit boring to them. Obviously, there was some drama in it, but for general fans, let me know what you think. Do you agree that the Monaco Grand Prix is getting a bit boring, or do you think that actually it just adds to the charm of Formula One? Let me know down in the comment section what you think.